Welcome back everybody to the Join Dota League Season number 4's Division 1 and 2 playoffs, the quarterfinal for it between London Conspiracy and Vega Squadron. It is a best of 3 and this is game number 2 where London Conspiracy, they have the 1 game advantage. They ran a 5 melee lineup pretty much, well, with Temper Assassin being like a pseudo ranged I guess, but they made it work for them, and we'll see if they're gonna go for a similar lineup this time around as well, because usually why fix something that ain't broken? But Vega Squadron definitely a strong enough team on paper at the very least to just make a comeback from this. We'll see if they can make it though. We're HeflaTV, I'm Coucher once again, joined by the Swordfishman, and what are your expectations for this upcoming game?
Honestly, that's hard to say because my expectations for the first game was that Vega was probably going to take it, or at least not be crushed so hard. But London Conspiracy just showing off that they were just so powerful. And, I mean, they showcased a great game, and they played really well. And we criticized their 5 melee lineup a lot, and they managed to make it work. So I don't know. It's hard to say what London Conspiracy is going to bring to this game, and I'm just kind of hoping that Vega can get this one together, possibly for the second game.
Well, we'll see. Looking at the bans though, starting pretty much the exact same way. I do believe London Conspiracy banned out Yellow Titan and the Vengeful, with Vega Squadron taking out a Jakiro and a Lycan. So, at least the first bans are the same for both, although London Conspiracy taking a really long time with the second pick. What the hell can they just be considering here?
I actually don't know. I've checked a couple times to see if they had disconnected, but they're gonna ban an Omni-Knight. Interesting.
Okay, then, so something magic heavy from London Conspiracy coming out again, or, I mean, can't say that they were lacking magic last time around as well, but...
But like banning an Omni-Knight though, that's does Vega? I haven't heard of Vega usually running that Omni-Knight either.
Well, we shall see. That's all I can say about this at the moment. And they do start with a Vengeful themselves. Last time around they banned it, now picking it up. Are they themselves maybe gonna go for like the Aura kind of strat? Maybe even Vengeful, Luna, and Beastmaster for there as well, for example. Something along those lines. As Vega, going for a Skyref and a Viper. First pick, I guess the same as last time, but Viper definitely a hero more suited to actually survive the mid lane than the Zeus, for example.
I mean, I like the Viper much more than the Zeus. Very consistent. They already got a good counter for the Brewmaster, but the Viper. I don't know. I think it's just such a solid hero. Can feel usually the mech carrier and gets ags and really good slowing, but also has a high damage output, really tanky. It's one of those heroes that's just so solid, and it's hard to really lose everything with him. So I like it. After getting crushed, it's probably the best hero to pick up.
Well, so far, there's like one hero that's exactly the same as in game number 1. Looking at the bans though, Tidehunter banned out by LC, so they don't want to go for the second time around on Vega now. They're going for a Night Stalker. That definitely already resembles just more of their usual drafting than the first game. But LC going for a Razor isn't that popular for a hero these days. It's still a pretty decent one up against Viper or the Night Stalker in the mid lane, for example. But will Razor really be that like hardcore role this game? And for LC, who's even gonna take up the offlane? Do they go for like the Doom offlane now this game? Although this game, not too sure how necessary Doom would even be up against those 3 heroes that Vega has so far.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think a Doom is that great. The Night Stalker still is pretty strong, even if Doom, especially if it's Night. The Viper is useless to Doom him. I get the Scarlet Mage, but you can usually kill the Scarlet Mage, so there's no need to Doom him. So I don't think the Doom is the best of picks. I actually don't know what an offlane. I mean, they could run the Brewmaster in the offlane position. It's not the worst of ideas. The Centaur is still in the pool, and that's actually really strong. And wow, Vega going for seemingly a third mid. The question is, they have 3 cores, unless Queen of Pain decides to be support. How do they run these guys in the lanes?
I think it probably depends on how London Conspiracy or who they're gonna send mid lane for themselves, for example. And with an Enchantress being picked up, I have no idea what to expect from London Conspiracy from this game, but Vega, they might be running an aggressive tri-lane and then just gonna decide whether to send the Night Stalker mid lane or Queen of Pain, depending on who, if the Razor is gonna be the mid lane for LC, I think. But I have to say, Vega Squadron, I kind of like the lineup because I like Queen of Pain and Night Stalker both. The one thing that they are lacking though are stuns. I mean, Void is the only mini stun that they have. So they're gonna have to be a little bit wary of just people TPing out, but other than that, just massive aggression, at least from the heroes. That's the
Yep.
vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, and a lot of also magical damage to counter the enchanters quite well. They can burst down actually most of the heroes. The only issue I guess they'll have with the Razor because they have a lot of single target spells. And wow, finishing up with a Bloodseeker. Now this is interesting. Oh my god. Well, this is gonna be an interesting game for sure.
So I've seen one Bloodseeker. It was VG Gaming playing it up against. It might have been Newbie. I'm not too sure about this at the moment. I think it was Newbie, and they failed. It was a jungle Bloodseeker. I mean, the Bloodseeker got a reasonable amount of farm, but they just kind of lost the lanes, and everything kind of fell apart from that. But with Arseek picking it up as well, it's gonna be a 4th position Bloodseeker. So I guess Bloodseeker jungle with. I mean, at least their solo lanes are rather strong. So that's a positive. You can kind of go greedy with that, especially if you know the enemy has a kind of a jungler as well. But this Broodmother, I guess the Bloodthirst is like decent from the Bloodseeker against Brood if it's low enough, but what do they actually have to deal with it apart from like Queen of Pain's Scream?
Honestly, I don't think they need much. The Bloodseeker is actually quite a good counter to this Broodmother. To the Enchanters too, by the way, because the Enchanters now needs to be really careful in the jungle, but to the Broodmother especially, I don't know. I don't think they should be that afraid of the Broodmother. The Queen of Pain has really good lane clear, so there's that. That I guess the issue is that they don't have much more blood. Actually, Blood Right's not a bad lane clear either. If you, I mean, I guess. It really depends how the LC are planning to lane this in general. It's just both teams going for some weird lineups. Vega going for some very high damage lineup, and LC going for seemingly a tower push lineup.
Well, LC, I think in this game they don't have as solid of a lineup, or it's definitely last game as well. It was kind of hard to execute in the sense that you had to win the early game, pretty much. Let's put it like that. And this time around, there's like no massive late game insurance for them or something. Arguably, yes, Vega, they don't have like the strongest late game heroes themselves. Queen of Pain can build into right click and do it fairly well, even to be honest. But we'll see. Do you think though that in this game for no one's Queen of Pain, is the Aghanim Scepter a worthwhile choice?
I think the Ags, ever since the buff, is always a good choice, just because the reduction of the cooldown is just so powerful. And I mean, it can easily kill. Also, really good. If you get Ags, since the 40-second cooldown is not that huge, you can easily lane clear a lot of Broodmother, Broodlings, something of the sort, little spiders. And Broodmother's not the tankiest of characters, neither is Venge or Enchantress. So I think an Aghanim is almost a must-have. I would go for it first in this game.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind one as well. I mean, you don't really need to rush a BKB or anything just because there's only Magic Missile to be afraid of. You can still get nuked down anyway with like Spawn Spiderlings and Thunderclap or something like that if you blink into a wrong position. But I don't think just the one Magic Missile or just those couple of nukes warrant a BKB anyway. So Aghanims definitely would be nice. I guess there's a small chance for like Orchid first and then Aghanims after. Orchid against Brewmaster is definitely gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm. Orchid is definitely strong as well. Only issue with Orchid is that it doesn't help at all against something like a Razor. The issue I see is that, considering the amount of single target, they're gonna have quite a hard time against a Razor if he gets tanky. Like chasing him down and everything. Everything they have is pretty much single targeted.
So, as the game unpauses, we're going to introduce the lineups as well, and starting with the dire side for London Conspiracy, who are one game ahead. If they win this, they're going to advance to the semi-final to face up against Balkan Bears. But it's going to be Relax on the Broodmother for the offlane, leaving Kaiser on the Razor mid, and there's going to be another safe lane, I guess pseudo tri-lane with Skanks on the Vengeful, Spartan to be the Enchanters in the jungle, and the last is going to be Madara once again on the safe lane Brew.
As for the guys down at Vegas Squadron, we're going to have Noah mid with the Queen of Pain. In the offlane position is going to be Night Stalker, played by Pasha Ibashu. And down bottom in the defensive tri-lane, it's going to be Seaman the Slayer as the carry Viper, with Arzeek as the support Bloodseeker, and the second second support being Undershock on the Scarith Mage. Huh, interesting not seeing Arzeek on the Scarith.
Yeah, I guess they kind of have it. Although last game as well, I think Rubik, who did get the slight farm priority, so it's not even about that. I guess it's just who likes
I think it's because
Bloodseeker more.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That means that they've practiced though with the Bloodseeker, meaning that there's not like a lineup they came up with now, which is good. Because I remember when Vici played Techies, which is unconventional, and they clearly didn't know how to play him. It was the first time they were playing him, at least Black. So it's nice to see this. This clearly shows that, I mean, they've thought into this. Oh well, it's definitely promising to be an interesting game.
So at the moment, they did switch up the lanes. So actually Enchanter is going to deal with the Bloodseeker or mess with the Bloodseeker in the jungle. It's definitely going to make R6's life rather hard there. But also Night Stalker is going to be solo up against Broodmother. Broodmother should have such a great time in this lane. I mean, what the hell can a Night Stalker do against her or him or it, or I don't even know what the Brood is.
Her. Respect, man, respect. But yeah. I agree. It's gonna be quite hard for Pasha. Not now, I guess. I mean, look at him. He's actually doing a pretty good job now. But as the game progresses, especially if Brew gets just a single level incapacitating bite, I think she should actually. She can deny the farm for the Night Stalker. She can push this tower really easily. It's gonna be hard for the Night Stalker. I guess the only chance he has is to get levels early and start ganking.
Yeah, the early levels should be fine for farming as well for Night Stalker, because there's no spider harassment or anything like that coming out. So I think it's gonna be fine until like Relax hits level 5 or something like that and has level 3 to spawn spiderlings. So Night Stalker, like you said, is gonna have to pretty much make the most out of that timing there, and then just go around ganking. That's probably their best bet. And with the lineup that they have, I think they want to be aggressive, although Seema might be in some trouble. Spartan will come in. He does have the troll trap, but it's not going to be enough because nobody else is close by at that time. So nothing much will come of this by now. Also, as Arseek did manage to farm up 1 stack, but it took him quite some time. At least he's using that Blood Rage pretty nicely to just get the health back.
Yeah, I guess so. If he Blood Rages someone like, I don't know, the Scarlet, they could actually deal a lot of damage and finish off the Enchantress if she's not careful. So, yeah, Arseek is gonna have a hard time in the jungle. The Enchantress roaming around. She's gonna have a hard time too due to her low HP pool and the fact that the Scarlet can deal so much damage easily. In fact, they seem to be going now in Spartan. If they're gonna use an Arcane Bolt now, no level of Untouchable yet, so that's gonna be a lot of damage going her way. But that's the healing coming up as well. Second Arcane Bolt is not gonna be enough. Beautiful stomp there. Okay, yeah, it was from the Enchantress. Okay. Meanwhile, Seema actually getting a kill there. I missed that.
Yeah, I was looking at the Enchantress, thought like, is he gonna go back in? And actually almost caught it just because I wanted to check whether somebody's rotating in to go and help the Enchantress, but Seema just, I guess, made quick work with the Vengeful, who is still lacking boots as well. And you're slow as it is already, then the poison attack comes to follow up. Just bad times for you with that happening, to be honest. But Spartan still hanging about. Arseek does have vision on him, and now Undershock comes in as well. Gets 1 right click. There's a double damage to Spartan, but never mind. Spartan will dodge the Blood Right, and now Undershock still in some trouble. Never mind. Spartan not gonna go in that deep. Maybe even go back to her own jungle completely. Actually get something done as well. Looking at the top lane though, Relax so far. They are neck and neck. 11 and 4 on both.
Yeah. That's actually, I mean, it's pretty good. It's probably the best situation that Night Stalker can ask for. Because, I mean, I thought he was going to do much worse. The Spider now is going to start dealing a lot of damage, though. They can probably push this tower soon. And no level of incapacitating bite, which means Night Stalker should have an easy time farming. I think that's a mistake, but that means that the tower's going to be pushed rather easily.
So looking at the mid lane, it's 16 and 7 up on the Queen of Pain compared to a 14 and 1 Razor. So rather even there as well. Queen of Pain has gone for 2 points into that Shadow Strike. I mean, I'm no expert on Queen of Pain builds or something, but how good is the Shadow Strike? Is it worth leveling up even, or do you just leave it that 1 for the value slow?
It's honestly insane. Ever since they buffed it, it's actually really powerful. Oh, now it seems like Spartan? No. But the only issue is, unless she's planning on ganking, like, now, this Shadow Strike is not going to be that great. It's usually used a lot in the beginning to just kind of pull the Razor out, or pull the opponent out of lane, but with the Razor, you really can't do that because it actually deals damage to yourself because you did get a level of Unstable Current. So, I don't think that was the ideal build against the Razor. Maybe the Quapis is trying to actually go on a enemy really quickly. I don't know.
Spartan in some trouble, maybe. Nice dodge of the center stomp by Pasha. He's still gonna try to keep on going as in the meantime. Well, never mind. He did get the kill. I guess the tower brought him down, didn't even need a secondary Void there, and now relax. There's the Blood right as well. Void to slow him down, he's still under range. Do they have some extra vision coming out? The Thirst is in range, no, not yet. He needs a little bit more damage, and now, well, he comes out of the trees himself voluntarily, so I have no idea why he just decided to give vision of himself there, but...
Well, I guess he wasn't expecting the Void. Maybe that was it. He was trying to get away. I don't know.
Probably so, but this time around, Vega, they are the ones ahead in the early game, 4-0. Of course, they have a really aggressive lineup as well. Although LC, they need to just start getting their push going at one point, because that's pretty much the only thing they can go for at the moment. Razor as well mid lane, slowly but surely just falling behind in the last hits of Queen of Pain. And Kaiser, what does he have? Just Bottle, Brave Band, that's about it. Now has Boots as well. Not doing all that great.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's actually not the worst for Razor. The Co-op is quite a good lane presence. But at the same time, the Razor is not going to be able to gank early like the Co-op will. And like you said, the aggressive lineup, they're really taking advantage of that. And that's going to amount them to a lot of kills, especially considering they don't have a bad late game either as opposed to their team. So if they can keep this up, like you said with Vega, the Razor's going to have quite a hard time actually getting back into the game at all, because he's going to have no space to farm if they keep ganking him, which is going to happen soon.
Well, Spartan tries to come back into the Radiant jungle, only level 3 at this point. Bloodseeker already level 4.5. Farm wise or net worth wise, even there Bloodseeker ahead of the Enchantress, pretty much doubling her net worth even. So far Enchantress really hasn't had, well, I wouldn't say any kind of impact, but it's been a low one, although Undershock now might be in trouble. He runs out of the trees right at the exact right time, but there's the Magic Missile. Thunderclap will follow, but they have to turn around. Oh god, the Sonic Wave, it wasn't enough, but with the Scream of Pain they clean up to one more right click from Seema. So one for Queen of Pain, one for Seema. 6-0, 7 minutes in. If this continues, we're going to look at another early GG.
It seems like the Pasha was about to go on relax, but not quite. And yeah, I agree. I don't know. The key point, I guess, the key player here in this game would be the Brewmaster, but the Brewmaster's not even close to his blink, and that's quite unfortunate. This is the turning point the LC probably requires for this game. And the Broodmother, I guess, can start pushing Tau. She already pushed one. That's pretty effective, I guess, but for now, you'd expect a little more from the Broodmother against a Night Stalker, especially because she died already.
Yeah, that death actually hurt them quite a lot, and not does it only slow down the Broodmother, just it helps the Night Stalker so much there. And Night Stalker, like we said early on, he can handle that lane. And Broodmother, he did get the tower now, but Night Stalker, he has enough farm. And Broodmother, he went for a Midas now. I guess wants to have like more of a late game impact as well, but it's, I don't know, man. Broodmother's just not the greatest of characters, but they're going to go for the Pasha anyway. The Tornado will slow him a little bit. The stun will follow by the Magic Missile, and with a few more right clicks, they do get the kill. So that's definitely nice. Daytime hits now as well. And in the meantime, they're going to Geyser or are they Blood Right comes in, and it does go down just before he can TP out. So 7-1 the score. Vega, they lose one, but again get one in return. And I'd actually rate Razor more important to LC than Night Stalker for Vega.
Yeah.
Especially during daytime.
Exactly. It's the fact that right now Night Stalker being dead doesn't really matter at all, and they've already got a lot of other points of aggression. The Night Stalker is also not the best in the late game, but the Razor does. The Razor is probably what they need if they want to make this either slightly later or even into the mid game. And also the Razor, is he going to be the mech carrier of this game is the question. Do you think he should?
I think it's like maybe go straight of Aghanim's, for example, really go all out pushing, something along those lines, but I think it's probably gonna be mech, or if anybody's gonna build mech, it's probably him. There's a small chance that Enchantress can build one as well, but I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, I think she's going for Midas to begin with, maybe, and she's quite poor right now, so the question is, once the Blood Thirst gets higher levels and whatnot, I think it's going to be an Enchantress free farm all day. As soon as she gets a little bit low, and that's really easy for the Enchantress, she's going to be hunted down constantly by the Bloodseeker. They won't even need any help, so I'm just waiting for that to happen. The Bloodseeker can actually also transition into somewhat of a semi-carry, so that's not bad either. He's been doing somewhat that with the Quelling Blade as well, so that's also quite bad for the for LC as the game progresses.
So looking at yearly graphs as well, it's about a 25-2700 net worth lead for Vega. XP about 2k as well, so it's not like a complete disaster yet. As Enchantress finishes up the power dread, so no Midas. Although I wouldn't have minded the Midas, I mean, especially since Broodmother went for one anyway. And Enchantress really falls off heavily unless you get like an Aghanim Scepter, Mask of Madness, something along those lines. And without the Midas, they need a lot to happen for him to get that kind of farm. But they're smoking up, they might get a couple of kills with this even. Arseek should be an easy target, although Arseek has his ulti with this whole Seema, has the mech if need be. Can't even, they don't have enough slow, Smother, no blink, and there's the Queen of Pain, pops the Sonic Wave for the one kill. There's the Blood Right, will catch two as well, Kaiser can't do anything at all. This was just a horrible gank, even the Primal Split was used and they can't get even a single kill.
Yeah, that might be a sign for LC to just... Oh, now they're going to go on Spartan. One more hit ought to do it, but they actually can't get there. No range for that dagger. And it seems like Skanks comes in as well. Night Stalker wants to kill him, though he has that Blood Rage as well. Can he finish him off yet? That's a dead Vengeful Spirit. And Madara not able to do anything either. Oh, actually managing to finish off the Skywrath Mage. And now managing to finish off the Arzeek as well. Can Seema slow him? Seema's just going to TP away. Wow, that's a weird TP to see. And Seema and Brewmaster are both going to TP away. Night Stalker, meanwhile, not being able to do anything even though it's night because his teammates are all gone. So, I guess LC turned that around. I mean, they got a kill on Skywrath Mage, I guess, somewhat. Like,
they would have gotten it on Bloodseeker as well, but the double damage on Brewmaster just wore off at that time. But relax, he also brings down the tier 2, so some global gold their way. Already up to 2.4k gold, and if you're kind of committed into pushing, do you go for a Necrobook next on Brood?
I don't know. With Midas, it's just I don't understand the Midas to begin with. I don't think you can really commit to pushing then, because the Necro will be delayed and it's not going to be as quick. I mean, he can go for it, but they're going to catch up the Broodmother eventually. Meanwhile, the Skywrath Mage actually catching up the Vengeful Spirit, but maybe it's best if she just goes for full-on carry and just commits to that and hopes for the best.
How strong will a full-on carry Brood even be? I mean, Vega, they are extremely mobile. I guess Brood is as well, but the one downside of a Brood is that unless LC just really force fights on the lane that Brood has all the waves, she's not going to be as mobile. I mean, yes, she can place down waves on other lanes as well, but it's not that easy. I mean, they're on cooldown and whatnot. Oh, in the meantime, Pasha gets stunned up, but they're going to get the Rupture onto Skanks with the Blood Right to follow. Pasha, easy kills for them. And now, Thunderclap will land on one, but Kaiser, his Silence Tap can't go for a single spell. Pasha should be fast enough to escape as well. And that's just the problem with Vega, they are so damn mobile. I mean, Viper is rather slow, but his Corrosive Skin will slow others in return. But Bloodseeker, he's so damn fast, and they're gonna get Madara. My freaking god. Just every Sonic Wave used for kills. I really like that they're actually putting the spell on cooldown almost all the time.
Yeah, that's really effective. The Quap is just being really effective this game, and she's going for Ags already. Gonna have it rather soon. And it's just, the power of the Quap is evident when you get the early lead. It's just really hard to come back from that. Now, Spartan in a lot of trouble, Pasha going for him, but it seems like Relax can kind of kite him away. That's gonna have a okay time then. I guess Spartan won't die there, but it's gonna be the Spiderlings dying to no one. That's a lot of farm going their way, and yeah, they took the tower, but the tower gold is always there, so I don't think that was a fair trade. Relax, I don't know how much they needed the tower gold. I don't know, the sacrificing so many spiders was really necessary.
Yeah, it's especially since the tower got denied anyway, so you lost the Spiderlings, you lost the tower. Definitely quite a just blow for them, I think. Although Relax has the Necro level 1, about 300 gold away from a Necro level 2 as well. So if he gets the Necro free, let's say like 16-17 minutes in, it's still gonna be rather decent. But LC, the worry is that can the just other 4 heroes even create enough space for this Broodmother now?
I think right now it all relies on the Broodmother creating space for them, actually, because the issue, like you said, the charts actually don't look that bad, considering it's 14 minutes in, but it's just the fact that the Broodmother is the only one that actually has farm, and the rest of them are actually really poor. And, oh, that dust missing completely, really, well, that was really bad. Oh, well, they tried to kill the Broodmother, but, yeah, they need space for the Razor right now, not for the Broodmother. Even if she's going carry, it doesn't really matter. They need space for the Razor to farm. And I don't even know what the Razor's going for. Do you think he's going for drums or?
A keyline to drums, I guess. I don't know. Drums definitely will be one of the choices at least. And they smoke up themselves. If they had a medallion, they can maybe at least go for like Roshan themselves. But TP's coming to the bottom lane. Rupture goes out as well. Pasha He gets the 1 kill. He's gonna go down in return. Maybe. Nope. Bruling's not strong enough or not fast enough. One or the other. Although everybody's around and London Conspiracy, they just have to escape. They had even heroes rotating in. Blink from Madara, not gonna happen. Oh, he still does not have the blink.
No. It's really unfortunate. Vega looks like they're going to be taking this game quite easily.
Man, 16-2. This is just epic rape fest. If you look at the kill score, like you said, the graphs, they aren't like that bad for them, but they at least need the blink on Brew, for example.
No, it's about the key items that they don't have, and that's really important. The graphs really, the only thing that's saving them, I guess, is the Broodmother, who's not going for an Economicon, so full on push is probably the final stand right now. Now they really rely on getting these pushed now, and Kaiser now trying to kill Seema. Can actually manage to kill his Viper. It's really tanky, but it might be the case here. Oh, the swap also used on Seema, and that's going to be a dead Viper as the Quap gets deactivated. 15 minutes in, really quick.
Yeah, that's a level 2 ultimate as Pasha tries to go for Relax. Relax still pretty speedy and might be able to escape. Pops his ultimate as well, wants to go for the man fight. Might even succeed. Pasha is going to have to run away. Spawn Spidering is not enough as Night Stalker is innately pretty damn tanky. But Roshan is going to happen, or at least LC, they're going to try to go for it. They even might with just a few Enchantress creeps being there as well. And if they get this down, that's going to mean Blink Dagger finally for Madara.
Which is, I mean, if there's anything that can save him from this dying game, it's probably that. The Brewmaster has had no effect until now, just because every time they try to initiate, you've seen him, he's just kind of running around and he's slow. So now that they're getting a blink, it could be the thing that saves them this game. And the Razor getting the H is, I don't know if that's the best of options. Maybe it was best for the Broodmother, considering she's really the carry and the support and the pusher and everything.
Well, that would have also meant that he actually has to go all the way to the Roche Pit, so...
That's also true, but I was...
I guess maybe even Brewmaster, just... He's the one blinking in, like, into the middle of everybody anyway.
Yeah, but Brewmaster is one of the worst Aegis carriers, because once you use your ultimates, like, you're not really that useful.
At least you can tank up one Ancient Seal Mystic Flare combo.
Woo, yay!
I mean, that kind of ensures that you can actually Thunderclap before trying to go for a Primal Split.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because the Primal Split only,
that.
it's just... If there's no Thunderclap before, they're just gonna outrun you, or at least most of them are.
Actually, that's true. But, I mean, depends on this guy also, his reaction time. And no one now knows that the Brewmother's there, but nothing they can do. That's a level 3 Necronomicon, which is actually pretty quick considering it's 17 minutes in.
Oh, they get the vision on to Relax. He pops the Necro level 3, completely out of mana though. Cannot do anything at all. He's slowed down by the Void. There's the Scream of Pain as well, and all Necrobooks, they're also gonna get farmed up, most likely. So that's just even more golden XP going towards Vega.
Yep. And that is the pretty major kill, considering it is the carry of the team and the star of the team. And now Quap finally surpassed the Broodmother's gold, and this downtime for her might be the time where they get a 1 or 2 towers, the guys at Vega. I mean, they could really easily do so. And actually, looking at the Bloodseeker, our Zeke is becoming quite the powerful carrier right now, and he's going to be forced to be reckoned with. He has phase boots. I think that might... I don't know what that actually... The Yol's probably for that Sage's Mask. But either way, the guys at Vega just have a gold fest right now. The only guy that doesn't have that much gold is really the Skywrath Mage. So, I don't know. It's going to be quite hard for the guys at LC to come back. What is their strategy, actually? What is their plan to do so?
Just rat Dota. I guess that's probably one of their best chances. They're going to try to go for some kills, but they can't even just interrupt the TPs with anything. So they just rotated the crap ton to the top lane. At least they saved the tower for now. But they don't really get much of anything out of it. And look at this. There's a Maelstrom on Night Stalker now. He wants to be able to just deal with the Spiderlings as well.
Yeah. That's going to allow him to farm also pretty quicker. And it does give him some late game-ish abilities for the Night Stalker. Not bad. Now they're going to go on the Razor, but the Razor not dying quite yet. Those Arcane Bolts are not going to finish him off because of his unstable current. At least Razor hasn't died in quite a while, which is pretty good. So there's that for LC.
Yeah, he's not that far behind of like a Night Stalker and Viper either, so it's not that bad, but it's pretty bad anyway for them. Yeah, still, they're definitely not out of this game by any means yet. As long as Broodmother just doesn't have like a direct counter, until Vega like actually commit towards HM, for example. He should be fine, although there are a couple of sentries around anyway. All of them are carrying dust, or at least the important ones are, although never mind. Night Stalker doesn't have the new one at the moment. As LC, they might be grouping up for a push. How long do they have the Aegis for? Another like minute and a half, so if I was them, I would definitely actually want to make something happen with that.
Yeah, but what can they actually do at this point? I mean, can they really win a team fight despite the Aegis?
I wouldn't think so, but they want to kind of make Vega focus their attention towards the 4 of their heroes and just leave the Broodmother to split push, but it is just so hard for them to do it just because most likely if they go for a proper fight, they're just gonna get wrecked.
Yeah, exactly. So now actually the fight's not starting yet. Oh yeah, that's Pasha trying to hunt for a kill, not quite using it yet. There is Madara being silenced completely. That's the Scream of Pain actually finishing him off. I mean, the wave of terror. Kaiser not going down, and it's gonna be the Aegis down for them.
Man, I told you Brewmaster needs Aegis, but now Pasha, he's gonna go for more. He's gonna get Skanks as well, most likely, although dropping pretty low himself. There's the blood right though. Skanks, he's gonna go down first. Kaiser will be next. And I don't think Spartan will be outrunning them, or maybe so. RC can't really do anything himself. And Queen of Pain in the meantime, oh god. He almost went down to the Broodmother, survived with 30 HP. Tier 3 goes down, although Relax will pay with his life. Still Tier 3 down. Rex will be open. Goes for the range Rex damage a little bit as well with the Spiderling. So, I guess like mission semi-accomplished. Almost gotten the kill on Queen of Pain as well. Had he gotten a kill on Queen and a tier 3 would have been excellent. I mean, Queen of Pain is 7-0 and 7 at the moment. Just huge bounty on her.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty good that they actually managed to distract enough for the Broodmother to actually get that tower. But at the same time, if that's their only chance to do that Dota, look at Queen of Pain now actually finishing off Vengeful Spirit, and I think they're done here. They're actually managing to take this tier 1. They should be able to take the multiple towers easily with the power of their. I mean, they're just so farmed. They shouldn't have many people contesting anything they do right now. So
oh, look at the kill scores. Read it from right to left.
Right to left.
Like the team kills.
Okay, I see. 322.
So this is where the game should end. I don't think I've like ever seen a game end with such a score. Just because somebody has to just either die or not call GG. Of course, this definitely isn't at the point where you should call GG anyway. So
you just wanted to do that so that you get a 322 score.
It's so often it's like 322 and just before the GG is called it goes like to 323 or 22-4, something like that. It's like, oh no, guys, why? Learn to call GG.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think LC are completely out of the game yet, considering they do have a Broodmother and they've proven to be able to rat pretty well. If they can just pull things like they did before, oh now actually no one going on the Razor using that Sonic Wave and gonna go down there pretty easily. No more 322, in fact it's 422 right now, and bench being completely destroyed by this Night Stalker. It seems like they're trying to kill the Broodmother now, but that insatiable hunger should keep her up for quite a while, and our Zeke is going to go down next, actually managing to get 2 kills here. Can they actually kill Pasha? Oh, Relax is the next target for the guys at Vega. Under shock, actually, dying.
Okay, so, never underestimate your opponent's ability to throw. That's what just happened. They just lost 3. Queen of Pain does have buyback, but this is most likely going to mean a tier 2 going down. So that's a pretty huge win for LC. I mean, I guess thank God for Vega that they weren't carrying the gem on any of the heroes that died. But it's still a pretty huge blow, although even with this Pasha, he was farming up on the Night Stalker. He has his Aghanim Scepter done now. He's level 16 as well. He just has so much vision, but LC, they are accomplishing things anyway, and just before the fight happens, you were saying that they're not out of this game yet, and it's definitely true.
It's the magical 322, man. Throws happen when that number's on the game. But honestly, it was actually quite a good fight by the guys at LC. It wasn't like the worst fight, honestly, by Vega. Only a little bit too hasty, I would say, by no one. But that's pretty much it. And it shows that they still have some potential, especially because the Broodmother went for that kind of a weird carry-like build. So, especially because they can capitalize these team fights into easy towers and easy racks with the Broodmother's potential. I don't know. It's still a chance. There's definitely still a chance for them. They just need to be careful and be able to do this more than once.
That's probably the hardest part as well, because Vega, they were kind of running in 1 by 1 or maybe like 2 by 2, something like that. But now there's a gem picked up as well, and Night Stalker with a gem and an Aghanims. It's just gonna be disaster for the Broodmother. And at the moment, doesn't look like they're gonna go for like the all-out rat style anymore. Although with the BKB, Broodmother should be safe enough to TP out in most cases anyway. But are they really transitioning into somewhat of a 5-man at the moment?
I mean, I don't. It doesn't seem like it too much. This I don't think the best option against either team. Honestly, going for the 5-man is the best option. One needs to rat, one needs to prevent ratting. So I think the real issue here is the fact that LC can actually dictate the course of the game just because of how Broodmother is and how she can rat really easily. And that is probably something that Vega should be worried about. If they can finish her off after getting this Roche, possibly. Oh, no, never mind. They're going to go for Madara right now. Seems like our Zeke actually using the... Oh, turning into a pig. Madara going down in a second. That swap actually finishing him off. Really unfortunate. And Skank's now going down as well. And this could capitalize into a tower kill.
Well, the intentions were good, but really nice hex from Queen of Pain. Otherwise, Brewmaster, he had himself a haste. Although, I guess if you get ruptured, you cannot really make good use of the haste anyway. But you would have been able to pop like Primal Split, save yourself that way. But Relax, he's on the top lane, but he doesn't have waves there anymore. And that's really one of the biggest issues about the Broodmother as well, is that if you really just swap lanes and you want to go back, it's going to take so long for you to re-establish yourself on that lane.
Yeah, that's actually quite true. Even with the new charge system, which is actually quite beneficial for the Broodmother, it's kind of hard for you, especially to run away and anything of the sort. But she didn't manage to push at all because of how quick the guys at Vega are at pushing towers now. And this is, I think, the turning point, because now Vega can actually push towers, go back before Broodmother can do anything, and that's, you know, the only thing that was actually keeping the guys at LC in the game. So, if that does not work, my friend, what does LC do?
Well, I guess try to take next Roshan if you somehow can. Even Relax is coming in now with the Spiderlings. They still don't have any minus armor apart from the Wave of Terror, which is still on cooldown. He's coming close. But looks like Vega there ready, Pasha. He's scouting things out. It's still night, daytime rather, and he doesn't have night. Or it's darkness, never mind, darkness is activated. It's just, are they going to go for the fight? Relax, he gets silence and pops the BKB, as does Kaiser, but Madara again hexed up. The Sonic Wave does so damn much damage. Pierces magic immunity, of course, as well. Relax trying to man fight, but up against Free, just no chance at all. Kaiser will get Seema at the very least in return, but it's going to be a 4-for-1. No split pushing going on, make it a 5-for-1. As our Zeke gets the last right click. That Sonic Wave, it just completely killed LC.
It's a really, I mean, with the Aghanims upgrade, the fact that it did not go through magic immunity is just such a powerful skill. And really good, well angled. Now they're going to take the Roshan really easily, and I mean, now if they take the Rosh, they possibly stomp mid and just take the game.
Oh god. If only Broodmother had been just pushing at the same time. Although they would have lost the fight even harder, I guess, but I think with the item build as well that the Broodmother went for, you kind of had to commit for the like rat style rather than trying to go for fights, I think. But had it gone a little bit better for them, had they gotten like a primal split off, maybe. But really this Brewmaster, this game, more or less, hasn't had any impactful like primal splits.
Because of that late blink, mainly. Once the Skyeth Mage, once he got his blink, the Skyeth Mage had that powerful silence as well. So it got to a point where as soon as he blinked in, he had a silence. He silenced for 5 seconds as well, and it was impossible for him to do anything.
Just look at the graphs now. Suddenly, Vega, they are as far ahead as it feels like for the most part of this game. But there's a smoke from LC. They still haven't given up. I guess since just one Rax is exposed, all it takes is just one good fight. You can get like one set of Rax, maybe even two. But getting that one good fight is probably the hardest part since they really lack the necessary lockdown. But they're gonna find 2, I think, or 3 even. But Pasha, he's in the middle of everybody. Necrobook gets used, but with the minus armor, my god, Night Stalker. I thought he's tanky in the meantime. Sonic Wave only catches Madara. He's gonna go down before the prime split again. Really unfortunate, but a 2-for-2 trade nonetheless. So it's not all that bad. Probably won't be able to chase down our Zeke. Although no one, he comes in, links out, dodges the magic missile with that. So he's going to survive for now, although Relax wants to keep on going. Oh, the swap! Pretty nice, but the minus armor will miss. And with this, no one he still should be safe. Has the Aegis anyway, even if he dies. So Blink TP out, but a 2 for 2 not that bad.
And without Primal Split, I think he could have used the Primal Split. He just got a little scared, I think, there. The Arcane Bolt actually had there's like a second or so, or he could have split it before the Arcane Bolt hit him. But if he manages to do that, I think that could actually turn team fights around. It's one of the things that they're missing, and they keep getting these semi-normal team fights. Like, they're not losing that badly in team fights, which is kind of impressive due to the Brood Mother.
Yeah, it's if they are the ones to like smoke up and initiate themselves, it's going fine. Whereas if they get jumped upon, they get wrecked hard. Of course, it's really hard since Queen of Pain has the Hex as well, so she's always going to be able to react with it or get the jump herself with it. Until like Brewmaster gets a BKB, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon, if ever.
Yeah, that I don't think I don't think you have much luck with that. He had a hard time getting the blink. Imagine getting that BKB, and now the Flop actually dealing a lot of damage with that final Sonic Wave. She's gonna go down though, and the Aegis is gonna go down with her. That should be one kill, but can they get the second one? They have a stone ready, and that's gonna be a stunned. No one. He's not gonna go down just yet. Oh, that final thing missing. No projectiles actually hitting her with that blink, and it's gonna be a turnaround here with Kaiser going down first, and the Brood Mother seemingly not able to die. Pasha actually going down to her first. Now it's gonna be our Zeke. And this Enchanter's dealing a lot of damage, managing to do a really good game here. And can Mr. Relax get Seema the Slayer? Seema's actually forced to TP out. The Brood Mother's still there, managing to finish off the Enchantress. Now trying to kill Undershock. They have enough for the Brewlings, for that little spawn Spiderlings ability, I guess. And Undershock could be dying to this, plus a very good positioning by Relax, but not quite yet. Yeah, it seems like that fast, hasty Skywrath Mage is going to be able to make it out alive.
So still a decent-ish fight. Could have gone a little bit better. I mean, they almost got Queen of Pain after that Aegis as well. And had they killed off or managed to kill off Queen of Pain straight after that, that would have meant that Enchantress escapes as well, because no Hex would have cancelled this TP, for example. So no one making it out there. I do believe Broodmother got stuck on the cliff here while trying to chase the Broodmother on this cliff. So very close, but not quite. Still Relax. He's actually doing quite a lot in those fights. Like I said, he's not dying. When he has that insatiable hunger activated, his lifesteal is pretty crazy, although he doesn't really have any damaging items or anything.
It's a pretty strong skill, honestly. It usually gets underestimated because people don't take Broodmother this late. That's why it's not really that useful. But I mean, she's playing this kind of a carryish role, and she has 4.5k gold in the bank. That's a lot of gold. What do you think she should be going for, actually?
I guess Butterfly wouldn't be too bad, probably. Even just some kind of health wouldn't be too horrible up against just Sonic Wave, although up to 2k HP as it is, not too shabby at all. And also, in the last fight, or from the last fight onwards now as well, Spartan, with that Aghanim Scepter now and the Impetus, also dealing quite a lot. Of course, when you're BKB, you don't care that much. But how many BKBs do we even have? Is it really only the one on Queen of Pain? Looks like it.
Yeah, which is... It's actually pretty good for the guys at LC. It's probably what's keeping them in the team fight. They went very aggressive with the Mjolnir, the Aghanims on the Night Stalker and whatnot, instead of going for BKB, which is a more usual build. And that's actually managing to help them out a lot, because that allows for them to be hit a lot by pretty much every magical skill. And the Enchanters.
He's gonna get hexed up. Sonic Wave as well. He's pretty damn tanky, but can he pop the BKB in time? He's not even gonna go for it. The right clicks would have done him in anyway, most likely. Now Spartan, he's on the run, but don't think he can escape either. Void is used. Viper gets the kill on Madara in the meter. Nice swap from Skanks. Gets the stun onto Pasha as well. But they need some more resistance. Impetus. Spartan decided to man fight Pasha. Drops low, but no magic missile anymore. Magic stick keeps him alive for a little bit. Then the tower. Will Pasha actually die here? Nope. Not quite. 29 HP. Relax. Not gonna make it there in time. That's just 4 heroes randomly down.
And also a tower mid and a tower top as well.
That was like pretty much the most horrible thing that could have happened to LC almost. Especially Pasha finished on Relax. I guess if he gets the Abyssal Blade, it's not gonna be too bad. Kind of get a guaranteed lockdown against Queen of Pain. But that fight, I think, just crippled them a little bit too much. It was decent-ish for them before this, but they just cannot afford to lose as much as they are now.
Yeah, I find it hard for them to come back. They have a really good pushing team, but not a really good turtling team. So now Broodmother trying to find Seema, but actually being slowed in the process. Not managing to do much. having a hard time actually limiting these creep waves. And Bloodseeker usually, I mean, just attacking. Well, seems like right now they're against the ropes here, and Pasha being tornadoed up. Can they actually get a kill on him? It's a possibility. He has Mjolnir though, so they might gonna suffer in the process. Not gonna activate just yet, and Pasha actually going down really easily, and quite a good turnaround by the guys at LC.
They definitely like any kill they can get, and oh, they almost got the Cyclone onto Undershock as well, but the Primal Split just ended before the Cyclone actually went through. Still, they are hanging on, but actually they didn't even lose a tier 3. I thought they might at least lose the bottom one, but up to 21 HP. Roshan, unfortunately for LC, is not up at this point. Aegis and the cheese definitely would have been useful for them. Do they still have the gem? I think Relax had the gem while the Fortune died. Yeah, they put it back in the ground, or on the ground in the base. So at least Vega, they don't have a gem to work around with. But all of them, they're just getting extra items. Although the farm rate has definitely slowed down for Vega, it's still looking pretty good for them all in all.
Yeah, the guys at Vega are still dominating, but it's just the fact that they just can't seem to finish this off. They just killed off the Enchantress. And that's actually going to be quite huge because he was the main damage dealer, surprisingly, in those team fights. Maybe now they can kill no one. They have the Abyssal, they could stun him down, but I don't think they want to chase this. They're actually going to go for our Zeke, who is still quite fast, 3.5 speed, even with that Drunken Haze there. And nothing yet. Nothing capitalizing into a kill. But that ultimate from Razor used. Really unfortunate for LC.
They just, throughout the entirety of the game, they've had too little to deal with the Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain just can so easily blink out, and oh, the smoke gets popped, but the use is there. He can pop his BKB, exactly what he's gonna do. There's the Abyssal Blitz Wall, can he drain enough mana? Nope, nobody even close, no one. He's gonna be safe unless there's some lucky extreme bashes. Not gonna happen, only one. So that's another BKB charge for Relax. Necro level 3 as well. So if you're Vega, just wait out the Necro now, and I guess maybe try to go for a push, although there's at least trying to push out every single lane.
Yeah. It might be it might be the only option here. I mean, this is the best way to prevent Rat Dodo. If they can push every single lane, the only option the guys at LC have here is perhaps, I don't know. You can't really rat this easily because obviously the backdoor protection. So very good job by the guys at Vega actually making the comeback from the comeback, and this is looking like it's gonna be the end game rather soon.
Well, I have to say, London Conspiracy, they've held on for longer than was kind of be expected when the kill score was like 14-2, something along those lines at one point. It was definitely 22-3, but straight after that, LC took one good fight, and they've been just holding on. But now, if they lose this Roshan as well, I think that's game.
Yeah, this Roshan is probably gonna go to the Quap or probably the Quap. Actually, Night Stalker might just take it. I don't know. No one? Yeah, no one seems prepared to be taking this Aegis. And this is going to be quite huge. The Quap can just survive for the whole team fight and deal too much magical damage for them to take. But they are smoked up. So they're planning to do something here. The swap actually coming out. Pasha now in the middle of everything, using Mjolnir, but there's the Sonic Wave actually dealing a lot of damage to his poor Broodmother. First goes the Vengeful Spirit, but then goes the Quap actually. But the Aegis being popped. He's going to be okay in the end. And now is going to be the poor Bloodseeker, and no one seems to follow suit here. Only a couple more hits ought to do this. Somehow Broodmother's still alive thanks to Insatiable Hunger. It's going to be Seema the Slayer next, actually. The guys at LC taking this team fight quite strongly. That's a dead Viper as well. Can they kill this Quap? Quap actually managed to kill the Broodmother before he dies, but he's going to die as well. That's a lot of gold going the way of the Enchantress, actually. And the Broodmother could potentially buy back right now. I don't know if that's wise of the choices, though. They surprisingly took the team fight. We thought it was going to be GG.
So they force an Aegis, get the kill on Queen of Pain anyway. They get Viper to pop the cheese as well, and win the fight regardless. That is just so huge, and most of it, I have to say, first of all, Broodmother herself did quite a lot of damage, but Spartan, he was in the backlines the entirety of that fight, just throwing out impetus after impetus, nothing to be done about it. And this Night Stalker, he even got the BKB just before they went for Roshan. So without the BKB, he would have died even faster, but surprising enough, LC, they have a decent amount of physical damage. I guess Razor's Aghanim's ultimate definitely comes into play in such a location where no creeps are there to really tank it up. So, well fought by LC. they buy at least a couple of extra minutes, and if they continue like this, especially if Undershock, he goes down at the top lane now. Oh no! The last impetus didn't finish him up. They were so sure they can get the kill, but now Undershock. Oh my god.
Okay. Really unfortunate. If there wasn't a limit on the impetus damage, he would have been dead too. Oh well.
I mean, I guess not that important of a kill anyway, but still some extra time where there's like our support is off the map. LC, looking at the graphs now, it's not that big of a change, I guess. Still a 15k XP and net worth lead, but it's just their inability to really finish up the game for Vega.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're not trying. Like, they're playing pretty aggressively, but it seems like just they can't win a team fight due to that power of the Brood Mother. And I mean, the BKB is now down to 5 seconds, so she's not as powerful anymore. And the Quap obviously has the Aghanim, so she deals a lot of damage to the BKB as well. And I think that's the BKB is really what's keeping her alive. I don't know, if the swaps have just been on point as well with getting Night Stalker really out of the fight really easily. I don't know, the LC's playing a really good game, actually managing to make some sort of a comeback here, and Vega seemingly unable to play against it, especially because they're also playing against Rat Dota, and that's really scary, that you have to keep your lanes pushed at all times, otherwise the Brood Mother can just go. The only issue is the Brood Mother's needed in every team fight, so they really can't rat, even though they should have been.
Yeah, the thing is though that even though they aren't ratting, it's just Vega's like, maybe they're gonna rat. So
yeah,
so far it's been enough just the threat of ratting. It's sometimes if we're like up against an Enigma, for example, like, oh crap, we cannot go for proper team fights, we're always gonna have to be spread. Even if the Enigma really isn't around or you don't see the Enigma or something like that, there's just a threat of it. And LC, they get their own AC on the Razor. Viper finished up his own like half a minute to a minute before this. There's Pasha running around with a gem, so Night Stalker finally has a new gem on his person, but Madara has a BKB as well. It's on 10 seconds, but finally should be just 100% guaranteed primal split.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I didn't even think Brewmaster was actually going to get to the point where he actually got a BKB, so pretty impressive right now. I guess now he'll be a little more effective. Maybe not. I don't know. The Brewmaster at this point is really not that important. But it seems like the guys doing Rat are Vega right now. Quap actually managed to take this top tower, maybe. But they're all TPing in.
So, Arseek on the Bloodseeker also has himself a BKB. I mean, BKB if nothing else, it's gonna allow you to survive against Impetus for the duration of it.
That's really important, actually. The Impetus is actually dealing a lot of damage. What item do you think Enchanter should go for next? He got an ultimate orb. Do you think that's going to be a Ginzu's? I mean, a Scythe.
I would think so, yeah. I think Hex is probably the best choice, especially up against the Queen of Pain. You need some additional lockdown. BKB down to only 6 seconds as well on no one, so if you can lock down the Queen of Pain, it's a huge source of her damage, although this time around Viper, he's up to 34 points of armor, so even bringing him down is rather hard, but since there's no BKB, Impetus just doesn't care about armor at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you just need to wait the BKB time, and for Quap it's also 6 seconds only left, so it's not that much, and if they can manage to just win. Oh, what is... Oh god,
Is he
I think
stuck? Are you kidding me?
Oh no. Blood Right used on her as well, and it seems like the swap needing to be used there, really unfortunate, and Madara actually managed to get the split as well, stealing a lot of damage from Seamless Slayer, but Kaiser's actually going to go down here to the Bloodseeker if he's not careful. He's really low health, they're trying to kill Quap now, they have a stun there, and Quap is actually going to go down really easily. Now they're going to go for Seema. Is this, oh, that's the second tornado, really useful on their part. Gonna be dispelled, and Seema's probably gonna go down as well. Too much damage coming from their side. Third one to go down is Pasha, who's actually tried to kill Spartan, but with no luck. In fact, he's in a lot of trouble now. They haven't kept sending bite as well, and no way to stun him, but enough damage to actually finish him off before TP's away. If it wasn't for that swap, that might have been a whole team wipe.
Yeah, that swap was so crucial, and after the swap, I have to say Arseek did a really good job of still rupturing the Brood Mother as well. So they kept the Brood Mother away from the fight for a pretty long time, with him being just so far in his own base. Although, I would like to ask him whether he was stuck there. Because it definitely looked like it, he was like breakdancing between the low and high ground almost. If he had died there, thanks to just getting stuck like that, and that would have meant game, it would have been so disastrous for the morale of Legion, or not Legion Commander, man, London Conspiracy. Blood Right though, gonna be used on to relax, but he has a BKB anyway if need be, so he's gonna be fine. Although slow will be there. Rupture is there as well. Pops the BKB, but still taking damage. Gets the Abyssal onto Undershock. The Hex as well. Spartan. Oh my god, the impetus. That's another kill. No one. He comes in. Just Sonic Wave gets the one kill. Hex onto Kaiser as well. Maybe London Conspiracy overextend a little bit. BKB from Kaiser will just save him. Oh god, no one has to escape. No Abyssal on Madara though, so they will escape, forcing out another buyback on Undershock as well. So only losing a Broodmother for 2 buybacks, it's actually pretty acceptable for them.
Yeah. Now Razor actually might be going down here. They're trying to kill him. Oh, actually, never mind. It's gonna be Skyrath Mage and Quap as well, dying to this. Wow, beautiful job of the Enchanters. Arzeek as well going down. That's, oh god, that's 3 going down.
Is this the point where Broodmother and Razor buy back and go like, screw it, 100 seconds, Queen of Pain die back? Or didn't they notice Queen of Pain bought back?
I think they haven't, because if they had, they would have definitely bought back by now. They're not pushing hard. I think they think Queen of Pain has buyback.
But man, London Conspiracy, they're winning every single fight. Broodmother seems to be too strong. Just a single Monkey King bar on Queen of Pain is not enough.
No, it seems like Spartan now is in trouble. Being going to be swapped. Can he make it out? What? He just randomly stopped. That was weird. But Pasha now fighting Skanks. I don't know exactly what's happening
Why did the Razor buy back now?
I don't know, actually. Skanks in trouble. Gonna go down to Pasha really easily. Drunken Haze. No, not gonna stop him. And now they're gonna go on Pasha. Can they manage to get a kill? It is Enchantress managing to get that kill, but now it's a really weird fight as well. It's Spartan just pausing mid-fight, and Vengeful also kind of deciding to fight a Night Stalker when he obviously couldn't. I don't know what was that. Or the buybacks.
I understand the Enchantress buyback because she used it immediately as she died, so she came back, they got the kill on Night Stalker, forced out the Night Stalker buyback now. But the Razor, he would have respawned soon enough anyway. And without the buyback, would have been able to go for Boots of Travels like Relaxed did, for example. But they're gonna go in, the Necrobook is activated. They want blood, 20 more seconds for Queen of Pain. Without the Queen of Pain, they just don't have the necessary AoE damage to deal with LC. Nice blood right there, will come out, the silence is there. But the tier 3 is down. Can they get the Rax as well and back off before Queen of Pain catches them? Relax will come in, just never mind. Madara will hold on to his Primal Split as well, just pops the BKBs. If they disengage now and do so cleanly, it's gonna be fine. Madara forced to Primal Split. Never mind, Kaiser cancels his TP as well. Staying there I think would be a mistake, so finally they're gonna back off as eventually TP'd out anyway. But that's a Rax advantage for LC.
Yep. Actually quite good. That's the mid Rax as well, so it's probably the most important one. If they don't catch out the Brewmaster, this is going to be ideal. The Blink, but it's just, this Bloodseeker is just so quick. And then Yulz him, that's really good on the Bloodseeker. But now they're going to swap in. Arzeek is now in trouble. He's probably going to go down Sonic Wave. Just too powerful, actually managing to kill off this poor Brewmaster. Can they kill off no one, though? They actually can't, and it's going to be Relaxed now, taking down Seamless Slayer, trying to take down Seamless Slayer. The Skyrath Mage actually stopping him from doing so. And I'm going to recover to full health, though, thanks to Insatiable Hunger. Such a powerful spell, actually. It's been winning them the game.
Yeah, and that plus Impetus, I think, Enchantress has done so much. Now with the Hex as well, another 2.9k. The one thing is, though, that not Legion Commander. Why do I want to say Legion Commander? But London Conspiracy, still, I don't think their buyback usage was the greatest. So if they lose one fight, it might be all over for them as well. Although Vega, they're completely out of buybacks. Not a single soul on this map has buyback at the moment.
It's really unfortunate. It's going to be quite important, especially for the guys at LC. But they did take the Rax. It's not bad. That's a start.
And they actually have an XP lead. Although 48 minutes in, about like 2500 means absolutely nothing. Net worth 6,000 in the favor of Vega still means nothing as well, as we've seen. But London Conspiracy, they are looking good. They still have to be a little bit cautious with the fights that they take, but it's ridiculous how well they've taken the fight so far.
Yeah, it's actually what amazing. The swap actually coming down on no one. That's a dead Quap. That's a really basic key element. And Seema the Slayer also going down there. 2 of the cores down. This is really important. Now they should be able to push down mid. The only 2 cores left, I guess, would be Night Stalker and Bloodseeker somewhat. But they don't have the power to take down this whole team. Jesus, this actually might mean GG. They're just storming down mid. They don't care about anything. They don't care about the creeps. They just need 1 creep to go
They're
with
going to Skyraf as well. They got the Cyclone onto him. Mother waiting with the Thunderclap. Never mind, Thunderclap didn't even come out, but they are actually freaking winning this game. Although in the backlines, Relax fighting Pasha doesn't have his ultimate, but still is strong enough with the Abyssal Blade by the looks of it. Forces out the BKB and has the Boots of Travels to join the push within 7 seconds. Arzeek trying to split push at the same time. But Boots of Travel is probably too strong. Has his ultimate ready on the Brood Mother if he actually needs to man fight here as well. Arseek, is he gonna try to go for it? Blood Rite comes, will get dodged. He's really trying to go for Rax and actually might even succeed, but they lose counter Rax at the same time. Relax. Is he gonna go and fight this? Abyssal Blade is ready if he wants to pop it. He's gonna pop the ultimate as well. Yule Setter buy some time. In the meantime, Madara gets the kill. There's the Abyssal Blade, but Rax go down to the illusions of Arseek, trying to TP out. No bash yet. Oh, he gets the bash just before he gets the TP. And that's gonna be tier 4s going down in the Radiant base.
And Ancient. Ancient going down for Vega.
Wow. Wow. That's...
What an amazing game, honestly, by LC. Really good job. They actually managed to turn this around. This is a real
There was
comeback.
like a 20k lead in both net worth and XP.
Insane. This is insane.
So Skanks is applying for the Melk Award. 0-17-12. Oh god. I am legit surprised that London Conspiracy took this game 2-0, or this series 2-0, but really well played by them, especially in this second game. In first game was just kind of snowballed. This game, they were so far behind, they kept it together. They just went for the correct fight, or they just focused the correct targets as well in the fight. So extremely well done. They will advance to the upper bracket semi-final to play up against Balkan Bears. Vega Squadron dropping down to the lower bracket, but they're still not out either. But in any case, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, witnessing this just crazy of a game. But if you want to see more of HeflaTV in the future, be sure to check out us on our Facebook and Twitter. It is HeflaTV for both. Also, HeflaTV 1 is still casting My Insanity versus Moscow 5 International for the Division 1 final, so check that out as well. And D-Sword, where can people find you?
If you guys want to find me, just look up on Twitter, go at @theswordfish, and you'll find me there. What about you, Mr. Coucher?
It is @Coucher for me, pretty much everywhere. But with this, guys, it is done for us, for this channel. Like I said, HeflaTV 1 still going with Moscow 5 International versus My Insanity, so check that out. And my god, London Conspiracy, well played. They definitely deserve the victory here. And good luck for them just against Balkan Bears, I guess. We're most likely going to be casting that as well whenever it is scheduled. So, guys, for now, this is it. Check out HeflaTV 1 and have a good night.